We live in a time when everything is changing at an enormous speed. Our everyday life has changed more in the last 50 years than in the combined history of mankind itself. Take music, for example. My dad, as a boy, used to carry heavy discs to the gramophone on top of the living room cabinet. He also lived to see music become truly portable. I was there to see him carry the music of an entire orchestra with him to the beach. He's 85 now, and music no longer has to be carried around. It's streamed to the device of his choice. We all feel the speed and the changes around us, but we handle it differently. Some let others define the future, others actively take part in making it.
Most companies I visit acknowledge innovation as a key to success, but very few have strategies or the tools they need to make it happen. Simply hoping ideas will appear whenever they're needed is taking a big risk in this fast-moving society where we literally have to run to stand still. Because the ideas we need might not just come to us, or if they do, it might take several meetings to generate and develop. That's expensive, and it involves more time than we have.
When do you have your best creative moments? I've asked that question to thousands of people through the years, and the most common answers are when I take a walk, in the shower, or before I fall asleep. The interesting thing about those answers is that very few mention a work-related situation, and hardly any say it's during a meeting. That worries me, so I've made it my business to change that. The brain is a self-organizing information system with chemical and electrical connections forming patterns. And the more often a signal passes through the same place, the stronger and more stable that synaptic connection becomes. Lateral thinking means moving across those patterns, forming new synaptic connections. But of course, that takes a lot more energy for the brain, so the default mode when we are at our idea meetings is not to think up new ideas, it's to recycle. But with tools, the original ones are possible. Time is money, and an entire group of staff at the same meeting is very expensive. Therefore, we need a superstructure for the meeting. We need creativity tools and facilitation know-how. With these, any meeting or workshop can be truly successful and creative. My meeting superstructure, the Idea Rocket, is designed to separate the creative thinking and the analytical thinking. And why is that? Well, our brains do a very poor job in combining the two. In most cases, the analytical thinking wins over the more intuitive creative thinking, and we do need both in the process, so we need to separate them. The training will give you more knowledge about how the brain works and how to effectively set a good meeting climate from the start. You will also learn a lot of idea generation tools and, of course, selection tools. You'll also get a whole catalog of tips and tricks on what to do when you end up on a bumpy road, because we all do sometimes. Maybe a participant doesn't contribute enough, or maybe someone speaks too much, or maybe time is running really fast or not quickly enough. Or maybe ideas dry up too early, or maybe your role as the leader in the room is questioned. During the years, I've developed a lot of methods to prevent and to overcome those obstacles. And when you know them, you'll be a much more secure facilitator of workshops or leader of any meetings. So if you want to become that killer facilitator, it would be great to see you in a course really soon. And if you've already gained some new knowledge here today, do apply that in practice as soon as possible. And remember, ideas are infinite.